8 teams still standing in the Prinx Tires USL Cup. Today, we whittle it down to 4. Coming down from Connecticut, the reigning champs, Hartford Athletic, are itching for back-to-back titles. But they must knock off a USL One side, Charlotte Independence, who haven't blinked when facing championship foes this season. Welcome one and all to the broadcast. My name is Mark Schoenster. We welcome you in to the Mecklenburg County Sportsplex, the home of the Charlotte Independence for this match. Let's take a look at how they got here, this USL League One team. They had to beat Richmond, knock off the Riverhounds and Pens, knock off Greenville for this winner-takes-all bout with Charleston Battery in what was a chaotic game, a 2-2 draw. It went to penalty kicks. Whoever won the penalty kicks would be the one to make it through. And Matt Levy, a man who was so heroic in not only the shootout against the Hounds, would also be heroic here, making the winning save, and would have another great celebration to cap it off for the USL League One team, making it to the knockout rounds, one of 2 from the lower division side. And he's going to be our player to watch, presented by Gatorade. Mike Jeffrey said it himself, when you're punching up, you have to get some saves from your goalkeeper. He stepped up in those 2 cup matches against championship sides. They're going to need it again from him here. Because, look, on the other side, you got the reigning champs, Hartford Athletic. It started shaky with a penalty kick loss against their rivals, Rhode Island. But then you rattle off 2 wins, and then you just need 2 points from this final group stage game against Westchester, and they just got all 3. Handled business and got the job done. Something that's been laboring Hartford as of late, though, has been scoring goals. And when you're looking for goals, you got to look at Augie Williams, someone who's done it for such a long time in the USL Championship. Can he do it in this knockout stage game tonight? It's going to be crucial that he does, or else they could be packing up and seeing the trophy go to somebody else here in 2026. Lots of very interesting plot points to unravel in this one, so don't miss a minute. Will the title holders take a step closer to recaptured glory, or will the cross-league upset shake up the bracket? Find out up next on ESPN+.
I need my heart to stop slowing me down. I want a plan that fixes this, fast, and an expert who will talk me through it. I want a heart specialist at the top of the field, and a scar too small to notice. I want to be back out here, because I want to give them what this place gives me.
For nationally recognized heart and vascular care, you want Novant. Novant Health. Best physicians, amazing nurses, remarkable care.
When it comes to delivering high-quality, affordable health care, relationships matter. And after 90 years, Blue Cross North Carolina is proud of the relationships we've built with you. We're 5,000 neighbors, friends, and family committed to improving the health and well-being of everyone across this state. We're here for you, all of you.
Charlotte, it's time to rally behind your home team, your Charlotte Independents. Get your tickets now and join us for Novant Health and Wellness Night as your Charlotte Independents take on the Sarasota Paradise at American Legion Memorial Stadium Saturday, August 15th. Get an exclusive Novant Health yoga mat when doors open while supplies last. Purchase a game day ticket combo with a morning yoga session plus a mat for just $25. Don't miss your chance to be part of the action. For county, for country, ride with us. Get your tickets now at charlotteindependents.com.
Well, folks, it's only 8 a.m. and it's going to be another hot one. Today's high is 85 degrees with lows ranging in the upper 50s. Tomorrow's more of the same, plus some light wind coming in from the northeast. Coming up at 8:30, Paul's got an exclusive
Babe,
heartwarming
it's
story
8 a.m.
Fried chicken, better with Pepsi.
Prinx Tires is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the Prinx Tires USL Cup. Built for practical performance and the long haul, Prinx delivers reliability for everyday drivers like you. Visit PrinxTireUSA.com to learn more. Let's take a look at our starting lineups, brought to you by Capelli Sports. First off, for the Jacks, we highlighted Levy in the open, so let's highlight the other side of the story, which is their explosive offense. That triangle of Baquero, Alvarez, and Maru have all been cooking this season. 6 assists for Baquero and 4 goals. 4 assists and 9 goals for Alvarez, and then 2 assists and a USL League One leading 10 goals for Sway Boomeroo. They will be the ones trying to break down this Hartford Athletic defensive side that has been so stout and stubborn throughout this season. And it's because of how well they've been anchored by that back three of Fisher, Scarlett, Dispay, along with some great shot stopping from Anthony Siaha. But for the rest of the formation, worth acknowledging, 5 players in the starting 11 were in the injury report. So it's great news for Brendan Burke that the likes of Samadia, Anderson, Makanyila, Williams, and Anaku are all able to play in this match. Look at Samadia and Anderson, who are up there on the outside. They're going to be playing as wing backs, so as how aggressive they opt to play in this game remains to be seen, but something worth acknowledging as we get ready for this one to go. Charlotte are in the red and blue. It's the road kits for Hartford. Our officiating crew is led by Ekaterina Koroleva. The whistle sounds, and we are off and running in this quarterfinal bout between the Jacks and Hartford Athletic. I can't wait to see how these two attack this game. And then, of course, waiting to see who moves on to the semifinals. Mark Schoenster with you here on the broadcast. Independence hosting the green and blue. Charlotte able to best the 2 League One sides they played in this competition, Richmond and Greenville, and then win in penalty kicks against the 2 USL Championship teams in their group that they matched up with, the Riverhounds and the Battery. Meanwhile, Hartford Athletic, you only get 1 point from your opening game, and you're thinking, well, that may not be enough to keep up. It's not a very forgiving group stage as Jaime has the ball. Play it back out to Joey Skinner, or at least he tried to. But after getting just 1 point in the first match, Hartford just went on and won all 3 games in regulation after that, which was enough to put them over the top and keep their title defending hopes alive. Now it's just anybody's game. All 4 quarterfinals taking place here today. This being one of 2 that's starting now, 2 more later between San Antonio and Miami, and then the nightcap of Spokane and Colorado Springs. A lot of really interesting matchups with interesting storylines. Of course, in this one of the big questions is, can Charlotte do it again and knock off a giant? So far, they haven't been bested by a championship team this season. You count those 2 games in cup play, and then you can also go to that overtime thriller win against Charleston Battery in the Open Cup this season. These guys have been brave up against 1 league tier above them. Trying to slide through here are Hartford. The offside flag pops up. Mike Jeffries, a long-time man in charge of the Jacks, said that these guys have a confidence about them in these matches. Mentioned that first Charleston Battery game in the Open Cup. Both teams are still trying to figure everything out. It's so early in the season. But then you have the game plan for Pittsburgh and for Charleston again. And you know League One teams, and this is also the case for the championship when they play an MLS side, you get up for those matches. You're trying to move up the ladder, and that's an opportunity to prove yourself against a quality side. Get some coaches and owners at that level to turn your heads and go, oh, hey, we should pick that guy up. It's a similar vibe on the other side, though, just in general for Hartford Athletic. After making it to the knockout round, Brendan Burke was happy they once again have a chance to win some silverware. Mentioned this match presents another massive step forward for our club. 43 professional teams entered this competition, and now there are only 4 matches, and we are one of the 8 teams still pushing for a trophy. You know, every team has a different philosophy for how they want to attack this competition in comparison to league play. Not every team has the ability to go full throttle on both of them just because of depth concerns, though when healthy, these are 2 teams that could certainly do it, but both sides have had to juggle availability issues throughout this season, and so It's certainly a struggle. Charlotte Independents have done really well in League One play. Hartford Athletic, right in the middle of the logjam in the Eastern Conference. Certainly not comfortable in the playoff push as Anaku has the ball. Cross comes whirling in, nodded away by Romero. Here's Sega Koulibaly, who loses the ball. A ripping shot goes off target for Anaku. First opportunity of the game for either side. An off-target chance from Anaku. Novant Health is proud to be the official healthcare provider of the Charlotte Independents. With the same and next day sick visits, Novant Health provides care when and where you need it. Schedule online at novanthealth.org. So, mentioned injuries. Charlotte still with some big names missing. Vigo Ortiz, Enzo Martinez, and Prince Sadie all lacking as here's another opportunity for Hartford. A shot from distance. Parried out for a corner kick. Junior Moreira having a lash from outside the box. Here's a look on the black tie transportation replay. And we have the first corner kick of the evening. Emmanuel Samadia will whip this one in. Ball dips down, not out of the woods yet. Cleared away by Amaya. Falls back into the box, it takes a skip. Still loose. Appeals for a handball will not be met. And Matt Levy, we knew that his name would be called in this game. And he's kept this at 0-0 in the early stages. Him alongside some scrambling efforts from defenders. Anderson tries to roll it ahead. What a start. I was talking about the injuries earlier. Coming into this game, 9 players were on the injury report for Hartford. All but one just questionable coming into this match. And so it's fantastic to see that really the only ones from that report that are missing from this game in any capacity are Matt Real and Sam Cariaga. Cariaga in particular, a very important piece to this team. But it's certainly better that than what the injury report could have been. As we go back and take a look at the replay here, there were some calls for a handball. Well, that's tight. Rayoud Manin, the one who was right by Matt Levy there. Both of their arms are going up. Which one it touches, who's to say? Regardless, it would have been really tough for our head official to be able to spot it from there, or even from one of the assistants to see. Skinner will roll this one back. Javan Romero, the young defender, finds Levy, who will distribute over to the right-hand side, but ends up having too much air underneath it. A lot of pressure here being applied by Hartford. Dizpay floating it up wide. Anderson keeps it in bounds. Romero will knock it out of the box. It'll be a deep throw in for Hartford. Ball lofted in, will be headed over top and off target for a goal kick.
Goal kick for your Jets.
Siaha will launch this one back up the field once again. This game not being played at American Legion Memorial Stadium, usually where the Charlotte Independents have their matches, but they do love these grounds as well. This is actually the area which they train. And Mike Jeffries is very complimentary of the maintaining of this pitch as the ball is whipped inside. It's nice grass. Players always appreciate having the chance to play on the natural ground as opposed to turf when they can. Turf always just wearing down your body a little bit more. This is a very interesting matchup, though, for these two sides, because if you go look at the numbers, Hartford Athletic, one of the best teams defensively across the USL, just 17 goals conceded in league play. And if you want to combine league play with USL Cup play, they've conceded just 19, which is tied for the least, along with Sac Republic and Detroit City. On the flip side, you've got the Charlotte Independents, whom if you either just look at league play by itself or if you combine league play with cup play, have scored more goals than any single team in League One or in the championship with 49. So a big clashing of strengths here between these two sides. And that's just one of the many intersections of this game that are intriguing. These are two teams that used to play each other quite a bit in the USL Championship when Charlotte was at that level, but it was quite the lopsided series as this one is swerved inside. Mike Jeffries and the Jacks, undefeated against Hartford Athletic. 5 wins in the 5 meetings that these two teams have played. So Hartford looking to get their first result off of Charlotte here in 2026. Shot skipping towards goal into the arms of Matt Levy. Of course, the system is a little bit different now, the configuration of these two teams since they last played each other. Charlotte Independents now a League One side. Hartford still in the championship. But a stat is a stat. Of course, that is before Brendan Burke took over Hartford and has really flipped a page in the history of this club. A side that's now getting used to winning and has picked up silverware from this competition last season. Trying to do it again, and if you want to maybe look at a more representative stat of this matchup, if you want to turn back the clock a little bit. This one service inside, parried away. You might want to look at the Brendan Burke versus Mike Jeffries series instead, both of which have been coaching the USL for a good while, and that one's a dead even split. Both sides have won 3 games, and then there's 2 draws on top of that. So even also a little bit larger sample side, it's 8 matches to just 5 as another corner kick is coming into play for Hartford. A lot of surviving being done here by the home side as Hartford keep knocking on the door. They've been good defensively this season, but offensively, it has been lacking for Brendan Burke's side. A drilled cross headed down towards goal, and it sits over top. A close encounter for Hartford, but not to be. Some clear moments not to be converted. And now Charlotte will go in the other direction. Fan season tickets are still available for the 2026 season, with packages starting at just $5 per match. Lock in your seats today by scanning the QR code or visiting tickets.charlotteindependence.com to secure your spot with the Charlotte Independence. Charlotte getting a bit of the ball here now. Something that USL Championship teams have been used to doing against this Hartford team as of late. Though Hartford trying to change the storyline here when playing down a league, as Jaime colliding there with Anderson. And a yellow card early on in this game. Anderson a bit indignant. It's his second yellow card in the cup competition. Anderson certainly not agreeing with this one. Let's take a look at it again.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. The referee has issued a yellow caution card.
I think that's a bit of a harsh yellow card to be dishing out there. It's Anderson going to play for the ball. Jaime at that point is losing a bit of control. But a set piece nonetheless for Charlotte. A side that when they have the ball in the attacking half, need to play quickly through the pressure that Hartford will throw at them. Mike Jeffrey saying that you cannot sit on the ball against this side. But the other big factor is they need to stay connected. He feels that that's how they're at their best anyway offensively, but it's especially important when you're playing a Hartford team that's got so much athleticism up top and can hurt you very quickly when they win the ball. So if you lose it and you're disjointed, it could prove a fatal mistake. Alvarez plays it short, tap back to him, Luis Alvarez. It skips towards goal, but Siaha lets it roll all the way towards him. Had so much time to get ready for that one. That's the big thing for Charlotte in this game. I know we're in Charlotte, which is the home of the NASCAR Hall of Fame, but Mike Jeffrey said this cannot turn into a race. Flip side for Hartford, Brennan Burke mentioning that Charlotte have been excellent this year. They knocked out some big clubs, so they have to go in with respect for what they know is a huge opportunity in a difficult match. And you always got to be a little bit careful when you're going up against the plucky side from a league below you because of the factors I mentioned earlier. These are all guys itching to prove themselves. So even though this game has started pretty positively for Hartford, the moment you turn your brain off even just a moment could prove to be the undoing of the championship side. You never know where you're gonna get bitten. This is a spicy team like the Carolina Reaper. That's an apt banner for him to be sitting behind. That's kind of how that Charlotte team has been this season. It has been an exciting watch. I mean, you score more goals than any other team in the league. That's going to be a pretty entertaining outing no matter when you go and see them. Catalina Koroleva, our head official. Trying to keep things settled here between these two sides. You know, in a knockout game, that things can get chippy and aggressive very easily. Service blocked by Alvarez. Sprung up at the right time. Hartford once again trying to pry. Anderson's now over on the left-hand side. Here's the cross. Could be a long-distance shot here, but instead it's ushered away by Alvarez. One back by Hartford. There's the deal in these championship matchups for Charlotte. They've had to do some suffering. Sometimes it just takes that loose ball up top, especially with Sway Boomeroo being that spearhead at the top of the formation. If he can jump on a loose pass and take it himself, he's more than capable of one man showing a goal. Another set piece opportunity for Hartford. Vantage point for a set piece. Ball lifted into the box. Claimed by Levy. The header claimed by the goalkeeper. Had eyes for goal, was dipping down, may have nicked the crossbar. But Levy's not going to take his chances. He's able to catch it and keep it from across that goal line.
You saw distribution?
There's Arturo Dizpay. Rolling it over to Anderson. It's in the middle. Moreira. I'll play towards. Goal can be kept in bounds. It can! And it's a dynamic goal for Hartford. They have been steering in the good direction this entire game, and now they have a 1-0 scoreline to show for it. Sadada Naku knocking it home. I mean, this is fantastic from Augie Williams. And Anaku, great on the anticipation. On the off chance that it's played back across, he's right there. Taps it home. So as of right now, it is 1-0 to Hartford. Now worth acknowledging that there is a new implementation here in the quarterfinals of the Prinx Tires USL Cup. It is a Speedio video review. So for those similar, or familiar I should say, with VAR, it's a somewhat comparable system. It does require a coach to challenge the decision. They get to look at it on an iPad, the officiating crew. They'll get the same replay angles that we get here on the broadcast and determine that everything is clean. Let's look to make sure that this is a valid goal. It can also be used to review red cards. So now Catalina Corleva will dig in and make sure that it is all copacetic. Certainly nothing on the goal as it happened that stuck out to me as potentially erroneous. We'll review all of these goals as the match goes along, just to confirm. But I don't think there's any concern for offside.
Fans, don't miss your chance to enter to win
And
during tonight's Prinx Tires Cup.
from what I could see, there wasn't any contact or fouling in the box. So really the only other thing that you could think about is potentially was the ball in bounds when Augie Williams played it back across. After reviewing, the goal has been confirmed by the fourth official. And so Sadat Anaku will get his first USL Cup goal. Augie Williams with his second assist. And the reigning champs in the driver's seat right now, both in the flow of the game and also on the scoreline. Vaquero couldn't keep it in bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Jacks. Now, you could say this is a bad spot for Charlotte to be in, but it's a position they've already found themselves in this competition. They were trailing after they were up against the the Charleston Battery in what was the Open Cup. I should correct myself there, but had the lead, and then the span of just 8 minutes found themselves tying the game up 2-2. It was a 2-0 lead for Charlotte in that game. Then it was 2-2 Charleston Battery. And it felt like at that point Charleston were going to power through and win the match, but the Jacks able to make it through. And then in the Charleston Battery game in the round 4, go down in the 27th minute, which is pretty comparable to this one. They'd come back to make it 2-1, and then Charleston would find an equalizer. Ball lofted into the box, and out it goes. See number 4 out there for the Jacks, Sega Koulibaly. This is his first start for the Jacks since March 19th in the Open Cup, which was the opening round of the Open Cup, by the way. He's only had a couple appearances since then. It's a big game for the 30-year-old center back to be getting back into the mix here. See some of the talent in display, though, for this Hartford Athletic team. Sadat Anaku with the goal from Uganda. Just another example of the recruiting talent that Brendan Burke has been able to utilize throughout the year, something Mike Jeffries was very complimentary of. But he's got an eye for talent in places that are very far away. Talking about just Brendan Burke teams in general, Jeffrey said that his teams usually got a lot of athleticism, are organized defensively, but each year the squad has variations in how they play, which is another kudos to Burke for his adaptability as a coach and the personnel he has to utilize. He's very good at developing the talent that he recruits in. Just another one of those guys that no experience playing in the States prior to coming to Hartford, and then show up and boom, they blossom. Jaime. Service behind Maru. Williams, tap it out to his left. This is without two very key midfield presences for Hartford. Sam Cariaga still unavailable, and then Barry Coffey, whom is unavailable due to having a red card in the round 4 matchup against Westchester, so serving that suspension. Matt Real also unavailable. But generally, given the 9-player injury report coming into this game, Hartford surprisingly deep in options. Williams taken off the ball by Romero.
Fans, we're at the 30-minute mark, which means it's time for all halftime contestants to make their way to the field house. All halftime participants, please make your way down the sidewalk to the gate barrier to the left of the field house at this time. Thank you.
Monin provides the clearance. "30 minutes into this match, the goal scored by Sadat Anaku with the lovely assist from Augie Williams. So the striker pairing at the top of the formation coming up big time for Hartford Athletic here, a team that has struggled to find goals this season up to this point. At least that's been the case in league play. Threaded ball through. Matt Levy had to come off his line to knock it away from Anaku. But just 13 goals in USL Championship play this season for Hartford Athletic, which is 4 less than the second fewest, which is Brooklyn FC at 17. So although they've been so stubborn defensively, haven't been able to get the results, given the fact that they haven't been able to get 3 points in matches. They've been a little bit better and more middle of the park in cup play, averaging 2 goals per game in their 4 matches, and now they've got another one here. Maru trying to chase down Nakanyila there. He's able to play it back to Anthony Siaha, who has not been asked to do anything too difficult in the first third of this match. And on the other side, Matt Levy has already had to make some big saves and seen one get through. Really stepped up in those 2 games against the Riverhounds and the Charleston Battery. Mike Jeffers telling me that Levy loves important games. In those matches where you have to punch up a little bit, the keeper just naturally is going to be asked to do more, and he has been big in those games. Not just in the penalty shootouts, but also in the matches themselves, as this one's whipped inside. Ambitious on the receiving end for Anaku. Amaya going it across goal to Romero. His distribution is clipped in the middle, and Hartford will once again go hunting. Hartford Athletic, the reigning champs, after claiming the Prinx Towers USL Cup last year. Trying to be the first back-to-back title holders. This one lopped over top. Augie Williams does not get there before Koulibaly. He's able to poke it to his keeper, and this will bounce out for a goal kick. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship and USL League One. From the grassroots to the pros, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. And what a choice it is, as this one gets booted down the pitch by Matt Levy. Anderson couldn't quite steer that one around Skinner. It was flying in. It's a loose pass And on it now is Samadia. Samadia rushing forward, rips it towards goal. Levy got his hands on it. Hartford continue to be dangerous. They would love to get that second goal and really stoop the confidence of their opposition. One goal is one thing, but once you get two, it certainly makes it a hill to climb and really builds up those mental barriers. This curling cross will be harmless. Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Carolina is the official insurance provider of the Charlotte Independents. Blue Cross NC makes health insurance easy. Discover employer, individual, family, Medicare, and Medicaid plans from Blue Cross North Carolina. Better care starts here as this one's back for a second. Hartford stay hunting, and Sadata Naku bags his second. They have been prowling, and this one just carelessly given away.
Hartford athletic goals number 17, Sadat Naku.
Just played right back across the middle where Naku was awaiting. And that's all it takes. You just have to be more present of mind. And you talk about getting a second goal and taking a shot to confidence, especially when you concede it like that. It's going to make things that much more mentally challenging for the Jacks, as Hartford are very well in the driver's seat, and they are coasting at the moment. They basically had the pitch tilted towards the right-hand side, and this man has feasted because of it. Coming over from Kampala Capital City FC, which is in the Uganda Premier League. He had 5 goals in 14 appearances with Kampala Capital City. Then he makes his way here to Hartford, and, well, he had a goal across competitions coming into the day. Now he's got a brace in this one. Vaquero cutting it along the middle, and that one ends up turning into a rolling ball to Anthony Siaha. Here's another hopeful ball forward, looking for a Datakun. Can't take your eyes off the screen for even a moment whenever the Jacks are even trying to play it out from the back. Hartford are waiting for the mistake, and now they've already capitalized on one. Romero feeling some heat from Augie Williams. Up the field, this one goes to Dimmick. Jaime returns it to Dimmick, and that ball's just dragged behind. These touches in the attacking half just haven't been sharp enough, nor have the passes been for Charlotte. Hartford has been eating them whenever the ball gets even close to danger. Fans, get ready. Beginning September 12th, we're launching our brand new Kick It and Win It halftime competition. Want a chance to compete on the field? Just be at the match. We'll be selecting contestants live from the crowd. You could be playing for incredible prizes like a big screen TV, a Blackstone grill, an Xbox, and much more. Don't miss your chance to step onto the pitch and kick it and win it at halftime. As well, talk about a short day in the office, well executed for Anaku. So, Sadata Naku, who was on the injury report coming into this game, will leave with a brace. And somebody else whom we weren't sure about being available, will sub into the match as Adewole Obalola will come back to the game. 9 appearances in league matches this season. And perhaps now he'll be trying to feast. This is a Hartford team, and really a Charlotte team as well, that also have to think about the game they have to play on the weekend. As once again, Hartford rush forward. This effort blocked by Koulibaly, took a couple of deflections. Akanyila gets thrown to the ground by Jaime. It'll be a free kick. It's been a golden performance so far from Hartford, much to this man's chagrin. Love the fit, matching the instrument. Curling effort, trickles through. Guys like that Charlotte need right now, though, to keep the morale up. It has been oppressive from Hartford so far. Those watching back in Hartford at the watch party at Jay's Under the Dome, surely having a good time so far. And they'll be hoping they get a chance to, should this result hold, host a semifinal, which will be determined and drawn tomorrow once all these quarterfinal matches are concluded. Vance Pepsi is the official soft drink of the Charlotte Independents. Enjoy an ice-cold Pepsi while watching the Jacks. Pepsi, born in the Carolinas. (2-0) your scoreline. Both goals from Sadat Anaku. One lovely little parry ball back across goal for Augie Williams, and the other just a moment where Anaku stayed ready. The ball went in his direction, and he was not too forgiving. Romero. Launching into the box for Maru. He goes down, and a whistle just outside the penalty area. An interesting free kick location for Charlotte. The big Britton Fisher knocking over Maru. It's a team effort to defend. It takes all 10 players and the goalkeeper to have such a sturdy record that this Hartford Athletic team has, but it does start with those 3 center backs, Britton Fisher, George Scarlett, and Arturo Dizpe. All such quality players in their own right, acting as that foundation, and then Siaha behind them, who leads the league in saves with 66 in USL Championship play. He may be asked to make another one here, depending on how crafty this shot is from Baquero or Alvarez. The wall being constructed by the Cameroonian goalkeeper. Who will be the one to take it? Baquero tried to curl it on the right post and ends up being too tall in order. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. Come out to Charlotte and get right next to that guy rocking the music, or you could be by the Carolina Reaper. You could be sitting next to one of those lovely folk there. Never a bad day to go to a USL match, whether it be in Hartford or in Charlotte. Currently around 84 degrees with 70% humidity in Matthews, North Carolina, just outside of Charlotte. Scoreline 2-0 in favor of the USL Championship side in the reigning USL Cup champions Hartford Athletic. As we see 5 more minutes added on here as Dimmick plays this one back for Alvarez! Tried to pick out the corner, but it's a drifting shot. It was laid off nicely by Dimmick, played right into the path of Alvarez. Couldn't put it on frame. As we see 5 minutes added on here. Brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield. Well, that left a rattling sound. Skinner driving it forward. Still Skinner has a hit. Taking the sting off of it is Siaha. That one had eyes for the top corner. A marauding run from Joey Skinner. Then it deflected back to his feet. Just trying to push the issue. Siaha having to use his wiles there. Moreira trying to thread it forward. Ends up caught between the likes of Williams and Anderson. And there's that hawk-like pressure that Hartford apply. That's a gutsy challenge from Sega Koulibaly. Our head official doesn't see anything in it. Jaime cuts it out wide, trying to find Dimmick, but instead reaches Fisher. That's well done from the captain. Glances it off of Britton Fisher. Wins a corner kick for the Jacks, their first of the match. Here's a look at that Joey Skinner shot once again. Fell back to him, so why not have a lick? So Romero now will try from the right corner flag. The Jacks looking to find some life here going into the halftime break. Romero plays it in, and it's knotted over top. Not to be for Koulibaly. Three of the 5 added minutes transpired. Hartford in solid control throughout this match, but the last few minutes, Charlotte getting a little bit more aggressive and trying to end this half on a high note, even if it doesn't result in a goal, just something to build off of and have some confidence as you go into the second half. As the game ticks along, Hartford will be more and more prepared to strangle this one to the finish line. Nakanyila. There's it to Moreira. Now Adedakun. Out wide to Samadia. Samadia with the rolling service trickles through and ends up going harmlessly across the byline. Well, the call was initially a goal kick and now will be given as a corner. So not entirely harmlessly from Samadia. This may be the last interaction of the first half. Service from Anderson. Carried along and lands on the roof. So that should about wrap things up, and it will be. Stellar from Hartford Athletic after 50 minutes. 2 goals from Anaku, who then subs out of the game. Job well done. And the USL Championship side, the reigning champions of the Prinx Tires USL Cup, feel pretty good about their title defense at the moment. Will they be able to hang on? Well, the Jacks have a fiery response in the second half. We're gonna have to step aside and wait to see, but during the halftime break, we'll fill up your time with some discussion about upcoming events, along with news around the league. 2-0 your scoreline, Hartford Athletic up top over the Jacks. We got a commercial break here, but when we come back, we'll talk about some awards in the Cup, and we'll see you there.
I need my back to give me a break. I want options and a doctor who helps me choose the right one. I want technology informing my surgeon's every move so I get the fastest recovery. I want to get back with the guys before I miss another Saturday, because I've got plenty left in the tank.
For the gold standard in spine surgery, you want Novant. Novant Health. Best surgeons, amazing nurses, remarkable care.
When it comes to delivering high quality, affordable health care, relationships matter. And after 90 years, Blue Cross North Carolina is proud of the relationships we've built with you. We're 5,000 neighbors, friends, and family committed to improving the health and well-being of everyone across this state. We're here for you, all of you.
Charlotte, it's time to rally behind your home team, your Charlotte Independents. Get your tickets now and join us for Novant Health and Wellness Night as your Charlotte Independents take on the Sarasota Paradise at American Legion Memorial Stadium Saturday, August 15th. Get an exclusive Novant Health yoga mat when doors open while supplies last. Purchase a game day ticket combo with a morning yoga session plus a mat for just $25. Don't miss your chance to be part of the action. For county, for country, ride with us. Get your tickets now at charlotteindependents.com.
Welcome you back here for halftime, presented by Novant Health. 2-0 in favor of the reigning USL Cup champs here in this quarterfinal clash between Hartford Athletic and the Charlotte Independents. Mark Schoenster on the broadcast with you here on ESPN+. Let's take a look at the team of the round from round 4, the final group stage round in this competition. You see 2 names there for the Charlotte Independents in the back. Romero helping hold things down, and then Levy, who had some big saves against the Battery and then made the save in the penalty shootout, followed by quite the entertaining celebration to follow. Both of his penalty shootout victories were resulting in some pretty neat moments from him. They beat the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, went over with the fans and celebrated with the home crowd. No one here from Hartford Athletic, despite their 2-1 victory against Westchester. Goals from Coffey and Williams in that game, and also Enzo Carvalho having to step in for Siaha, who is serving a suspension, as we now step aside to take a look at the goal and the save of the round from round 4.
Obregon steps up, Obregon bends it and scores! Oh, what a finish!
JC Obregon Jr. made a statement with this finish. Look at Koke Vegas, the goalkeeper for Rhode Island. He sets up his wall. He isn't cheating one way or another. He's in the right position. But what does Obregon do? He steps up, inside of the foot, curled over the wall. No chance for Vegas. The technique up and over. And that is your Prinx Tires USL Cup goal of the round.
Turning it back, putting up the cross, Ollie right shot block, second chance, kick save. Hersey goes again, saved again. Stephanie touches it out of play.
The rebound, they score! What a goal!
Prinx tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines, from early mornings to late nights, from fun with friends to winner takes all. From the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinx tires will be there for the long haul.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything.
This summer, get 1,000 bonus points and a chance to win 250,000 bonus points.
I need my heart to stop slowing me down. I want a plan that fixes this fast, and an expert who will talk me through it. I want a heart specialist at the top of the field, and a scar too small to notice. I want to be back out here because I want to give them what this place gives me.
For nationally recognized heart and vascular care, you want Novant. Novant Health. Best physicians, amazing nurses, remarkable care.
Gentlemen, start your horses. They're racing at halftime here. The Jacks need to race back into this game because Hartford Athletic are up 2-0 right now in this quarterfinal clash in the Prinx Tires USL Cup. Mark Schoenster with you here on ESPN Plus as we've got another half of action here in this game, but this is what's coming up for these two teams presented by Courtyard Marriott. This is what the Jacks have on the docket starting with the game on the weekend against Sarasota. Still here at home, though that'll be at their usual location, American Legion Memorial Stadium. They're currently right in the mix of the race as far as USL League One is concerned, really duking it out with the likes of One Knoxville and Union Omaha, who are currently occupying that #1 spot. But these are some big games. We're going to have a part of the year where every single game is so tense, and that's going to be the same case for Hartford Athletic, who are currently not as comfortable as Charlotte are in league matches in the Eastern Conference of the USL Championship. Also worth acknowledging here, as of right now, with this game being 2-0, you got to think about that September 9th game, which is going to be the semifinal in this competition. It's another match that you have to account for in the schedule, but it's obviously a really big one, so you kind of have to plan accordingly with the matches that surround it. Watch tomorrow, August 13th at 1 p.m. Eastern on USL's YouTube channel, the Prinx Tires USL Cup Knockout Draw Semifinal Show. USL's Dan Lucas and Tampa Bay Sun captain Jordan Listro from the Gainbridge Super League will randomly select the matchups from the remaining 4 teams still alive. Again, tomorrow at 1 p.m. live on USL's YouTube channel. And speaking of Dan Lucas, we're going to toss it over to him for the halftime update. He's going to give you a little bit of a scope of everything going on in the USL.
It is halftime in the Prinx Tires USL Cup. We hope you're enjoying the quarterfinals. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio with a look at some of the headlines in League One and the Championship. The Players' Shield race in League One far from over, and the top 2 clubs at the top right now are keeping up the pressure. Union Omaha won its 3rd consecutive league match last weekend. Same for Charlotte Independence. There is a 2-point difference between Omaha and Charlotte entering this week's play, with one Knoxville just 3 points behind. Loudoun United made club history with the 6-figure transfer of forward Thor Ulfarsson to the top flight in Iceland, which just happens to be Ulfarsson's home country. Thor is the club's leading scorer this year with 10 goals and 3 assists in 21 matches in all competitions. Tonight, we set the stage for the semifinals of the USL Cup. Tomorrow, we'll draw the 4 remaining clubs for the matchups as well as host sites. You can watch it happen at 1 o'clock Eastern on the USL YouTube channel. Upcoming national spotlight games all on CBS Sports Network. Omaha hosting Richmond on the 16th, Phoenix Rising in Colorado Springs on the 19th. That game is also on 2DN. Then it's Orange County FC Tulsa on the 22nd. This is the USL Halftime Update. Let's get you back out to your match.
I need my back to give me a break. I want options and a doctor who helps me choose the right one. I want technology informing my surgeon's every move so I get the fastest recovery. I want to get back with the guys before I miss another Saturday, because I've got plenty left in the tank.
For the gold standard in spine surgery, you want Novant. Novant Health. Best surgeons, amazing nurses, remarkable care.
Charlotte, it's time to rally behind your home team, your Charlotte Independents. Get your tickets now and join us for Novant Health and Wellness Night as your Charlotte Independents take on the Sarasota Paradise at American Legion Memorial Stadium Saturday, August 15th. Get an exclusive Novant Health yoga mat when doors open while supplies last. Purchase a game day ticket combo with a morning yoga session plus a mat for just $25. Don't miss your chance to be part of the action. For county, for country, ride with us. Get your tickets now at charlotteindependents.com.
Well, folks, it's only 8 a.m. and it's going to be another hot one. Today's high is 85 degrees with lows ranging in the upper 50s. Tomorrow's more of the same, plus some light wind coming in from the northeast. Coming up at 8:30, Paul's got an exclusive.
Babe, it's 8 a.m.
Fried chicken, better with Pepsi.
Prinx Tires is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the Prinx Tires USL Cup. Built for practical performance and the long haul, Prinx delivers reliability for everyday drivers like you. Visit PrinxTireUSA.com to learn more. As we welcome you back here to Mecklenburg County Sportsplex in Matthews, North Carolina, Hartford Athletic, the reigning champions, feeling really good. 2-0 up against Charlotte Independence, the USL League One side, trying to pull off the upset, but not looking too hot in that regard as of right now. Mark Schoenster with you here on ESPN+. Let's revisit the highlights from the first 45 minutes of action. These highlights brought to you by Novant Health. Hartford Athletic for the first 35-ish minutes, just having all control of the game, lopping opportunity after opportunity, and also making it so hard for Charlotte to enjoy any of the possession they get. And then you get this lovely ball as they're just hunting for the opportunity. Augie Williams parries it across the mouth of goal. Anaku anticipates that ball being squared to him, and all he has to do is put it on frame, and that's exactly what he does. Levy is away from the center of the goal. Lovely work from Hartford Athletic. Now this one, a little bit more opportunistic, just a poor pass, poor decision, and Anaku does away with it. Tried to lift it over top of Anaku. It's just not good enough on the build-up from the Jacks, and when you're shooting yourself in the foot, it just makes it that much more difficult when you're punching up a class against a USL Championship side. These are the halftime stats, also brought to you by Novant Health. And these show sort of the numbers that favor Hartford throughout this game. The Jacks, in the final stretch of the game, had some moments where they started testing, but ultimately Siaha and company were ready for everything that was thrown at them. And now we'll see exactly how it all transpires here in the second half. Hartford will be looking to just stroll this one across the finish line. Up 2-0, a side that has been such a lockdown team defensively. They feel very confident in this position. But on the flip side, Charlotte, the highest scoring team in the USL. They also know how to score, and so they don't feel they're down and out just yet. That's certainly a tall order in front of them. This ball rolling all the way down the field and into the hands of Matt Levy. You're watching the quarterfinal matchup of the Prinx Tires USL Cup. Hartford Athletic victorious in last year's edition, trying to make it back-to-back. Of course, that would be the first time that's happened in the history of the USL Cup. Winner of this game will play, well, we don't know yet because that will be drawn tomorrow at 1 p.m. on the USL's YouTube channel. Could be the winner of the game that's also taking place right now between Tampa Bay and Lou City. Here's Obalola, flipping it into the box. The clearance is given, and now the flag pops up after advantage was played. Yeah, I gotta love that rematch between Lou City and Tampa Bay Rowdies, all the history there, and also, of course, that 5-4 thriller the last time they met on national television, mind you. Crazy game, which means naturally this game is 0-0 right now after 45 minutes, so it's funny how things can change game by game. Winner of this game could potentially play the winner of that game, or they could get matched up with one of the games that's taking place a little bit later out west. San Antonio and Miami will be kicking off in about 15 minutes, and then 30 minutes after that, Spokane, the other League One side, hosting Colorado Springs. So 8 championship teams, 2 USL League One sides, both of which are hosting and are hoping for an upset. We did see one upset last year in the USL Cup. The only League One team to make it, the Greenville Triumph, able to best Indy 11 on penalty kicks, only to then run into this same Hartford Athletic team, who then brandished the buzzsaw and knocked them off 3-1 en route to making it to the final, in which they were able to go all the way over to the West Coast and beat Sac Republic. Fisher drilling it across to the right-hand side. Ball moving nicely right now for Hartford. Samadia, sailing cross, ends up going wayward. Every team's gonna have a different value of how they feel about this competition and how badly they wanna win it. You wonder after you win it one time, just how much more you're gonna wanna win it after that, because it's a pretty nice feeling getting some silverware into your cabinet. As Hartford once again are hunting. Nothing doing there, at least according to our officiating crew. It's a different approach in this game for Charlotte. A lot of this season, they're the top dogs, or at least one of the top dogs that teams in League One are trying to knock off. As this one played to the top of the 18. It's well worked from Hartford. Nearly falling through for a big opportunity. Swabu Maru now with the ball in some space. Plays it to Baquero. John Baquero. Back in for Alvarez. He's a dangerous player, Luis Alvarez. He has a hit, and it's once again wide. It's another opportunity for Luis Alvarez. Here's a look on the black tie transportation replay. Mentioned Swabu Maru, who leads the way in USL League One with 10 goals, but Luis Alvarez just behind him with 9. So you wonder how a team scores 43 goals in league play in a season. It's because you have 2 guys who are competing in the Golden Boot race. Alvarez also with 4 assists, so just racking up the goal contributions. Such an electric player, the loanee from the Tampa Bay Rowdies, who are also playing in this cup, though certainly familiar playing with the Independents, given that's where he was prior to going to Tampa. Baquero trying to play the early ball inside. Who got the last touch on it? Well, the answer is irrelevant. The flag goes up. But it was a hustle between Arturo Dispay and Swabu Maru. It does look like Maru may have been just a hair behind the back line. Either way, the center back doing well there on the dangerous Cameroonian forward. Koulibaly rolls it to Manin. Feeling the heat right now from Augie Williams. Novahan is proud to be the official healthcare provider of the Charlotte Independents. With same and next day sick visits, Novant Health provides care when and where you need it. Schedule online at novanthealth.org. Ball played up the pitch. Anthony Siaha will easily settle it. Feels no urgency to pick it up either. He'll just distribute it when he pleases. Every second lost is a second won for Hartford Athletic, up 2-0. Adedokun. Back to Samaria. Boy, do they love having him at that left wing back spot. Emmanuel Samaria. Here he is with it in the left channel. Ripping into the center! It's a 3rd goal for Hartford! Adewale Obalola makes it 3 for the reigning champs. It is a rocking night for Hartford. And they have got the semifinals in their crosshairs. A nifty finish from the Nigerian, who subbed in for Anaku, so it just seems like that position right now is where the goals are coming from. Obalola, just 21 years old, in his 2nd year, as this one will be reviewed. Mentioned it in the first half, it's a new system being implemented here in the Prinx Tires USL Cup for the knockout stages. There is a Speedio review system, as it's referred to. For those familiar with VAR, it is comparable to that, but not the exact same thing. But you can use very similar rules of thumb. As our 4th official will once again give it a look, and
Hartford Athletic goal scored in the 52nd minute by number 81, Adewale Obalola.
don't see a reason why this one would be taken off, and that'll be confirmed here. So Brennan Burke will celebrate as more substitutions are getting ready. He subbed off Anaku in the first half after getting a brace. And he once again might be thinking about the game that's coming up on the weekend A lot of these guys were questionable coming into this game, so you wonder just how healthy a lot of them are, as it looks like it's going to be quite the line change here. Let's see, 3 players readying on for Hartford. TJ Prestis, Babukar Njai, and Christos Hagipashalis. All subbing into the game. We'll get confirmation on 3 players taking leave. I imagine it's going to be several of the players who were questionable coming into the night's action. You're up 3-0. You feel pretty good about where you're at. So the 3 changes, as you saw on your screen. Anderson out for Prestis. You've got Hagipashalis subbing on for Makanyila. And then Njai subbing on for Samadia. So like I said, it was 3 players who were all on the injury report, questionable, now subbing out. So gotta be careful with the minutes that they take. Those are 3 very valuable players for this Hartford team as well. The 2 wing backs, and then Makanyila, who is so good as that holding midfielder. Corner kick incoming now for Romero. You wonder when this mindset will also infiltrate the Charlotte camp as well from the flip side, seeing this game 3-0, and you start thinking about that match on the weekend against Sarasota. It'll be Romero for the corner kick. It's gonna sail over everybody. Alvarez has it in the box, lifting it up. Not sure if he was trying to pick out the far post or loft it in for somebody to nod home. But it will develop to nothing. Fan season tickets are available for the 2026 season. They're still available, I should say, with packages starting at just $5 per match. Lock in your seats today by visiting tickets.charlotteindependence.com to secure your spot with the Charlotte Independents. Christopher Jaime rolling it out to the left-hand side. Romero rolling it to Jaime. Gives it back to Amaya. It's such an interesting blend, this Charlotte team. You've got some young players with a lot of talent paired up with some savvy soccer veterans and not much in between. Makes for a really fun blend. Right now, it's not quite coming to fruition in this match. Hartford Athletic with their own dynamic combination as this one flares across everybody. Got some stubborn defensive players on one end with lots of experience, and then you throw in some really exciting offensive prospects on the other side that can hurt you very quickly at the top of the formation for Brendan Berg. And boy, have they done some hurting today. Ball played forward, bounces off of the striker. Adewale Obalola, the last one to touch it. And this is a Hartford team that has really taken this USL Cup and run with it. They are on the longest undefeated streak in the tournament's history. Currently at 11 matches, and right now it looks very well like it's going to be 12, going all the way back to April of last year. Haven't lost a game in this iteration, and of course made the tourney run last season. This one's been given away. Williams dancing by Levy, and it's cleared away off the line. Jaime tracking back to cover his goalkeeper. The effort still being shown, even down 3-0. And some indignance on the movement after a player was on the ground. Luis Alvarez is hurt. The whistle did not sound, so Hartford kept going. And I think the tension has fizzled and players have talked. Here's a look at the interaction here. So Alvarez, he holds his hand up. He's hurt. Everybody stops for Charlotte. Augie Williams doesn't stop. Nearly has a goal, but Jaime comes back recovering. But some offense being taken by Charlotte because the ball was very clearly lost due to an injury, and the whistle wasn't sounded. And Hartford, well, they're not necessarily required to stop playing when that occurs, but perhaps appeals to sportsmanship being made by Charlotte. So with that mess being dissipated, you now just want the best for Luis Alvarez. So all of the changes being made here. 4 of them for Jeffries. Already saw a handful of them for Brendan Burke. And you wonder just how much this game is going to fizzle from here out, as both sides have looked to preserve some bodies and make sure the minutes get spread out a little bit here. 30 minutes to go. It's a 3-goal scoreline in favor of the USL Championship side. Some good names to be seeing out there, though, for Charlotte. Stefano Pino, just another goal-scoring option for a team that's been so explosive this season. Scored 4 goals and 3 assists last year for Union Omaha. Gives them another option on the attacking end. And then Kevin Riascos, whom has not been available for a lot of the season. Missed time from March until July, then played 2 games in July, and then missed another 4 matches. So they're happy to have him back. The 31-year-old defender from Colombia. They'll need him in the final stretch of the season. At this point in the year, there's not really any gimme games because either you're playing against teams that are in the thick of the playoff race, in the thick of the Player Shield race, or teams at the bottom who are desperately trying to surge up the standings in the final window of the season before it's mathematically closed off to them. Makes every match so intense. And then, of course, for Hartford, on top of all those games, you're going to get a semifinal should this result stay the way it looks it's going to be. And pretty clinical from Hartford in this one. And Jai launching that one in, play it right back out. That'll be a foul on Gouffroy, the French midfielder. Can't watch the match? Turn on SiriusXM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on SiriusXM FC 157 in the SiriusXM app. That's Alvarez being checked on over there. I will see no way to know exactly what's going on there, but you're really hoping for the best. Ball headed across the goal. And it goes through. It just keeps on turning through for Hartford Athletic. And this time, Augie Williams gets his third goal in cup competition. It is a rout here in Charlotte. That one just getting through. Levy. He got a palm on it, but not enough to steer it off its course. And Augie Williams with his 5th goal across competitions, his 3rd in the Prinx Tires USL Cup. The man that has scored so many goals in his career in the USL, 87 in league play, not counting the playoffs, which is behind just Dane Kelly at 105. Like all the goals in this game, it will be checked to make sure it's good. I'm not sure what could be the deterring factor here, but off a corner kick. Once again, looked pretty clear and decisive for the man from Sierra Leone. Was able to hoist a trophy last year with the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, the USL Championship trophy. And now on the hunt to do the same thing here in the Prinx Tires USL Cup for Hartford Athletic. Goal has been confirmed. And we keep rolling. Williams is hungry. Has a goal and an assist in this game. Been a dangerous prospect throughout the match. We really were unsure about what you might see in this game coming up to this point for Hartford Athletic, given just how many players were right along that precipice of available or not. And then you see that starting 11 before the match starts, and you suddenly have much less worry about the performance that they can put in. And that's both a good thing because they have the bodies to do it, but also it's a sign of just how much they respect this tournament and they respect their opposition, that they're willing to really throw just about everything they can at it. Adedokun driving in. Michael Adedokun flashes it across goal. Obalola couldn't put it on target. Just picked up the assist on that goal to Williams. Adedokun trying to get a second. A lot of icing on the right knee of Luis Alvarez as we get this corner kick from the left flag. Again, 9 goals, 4 assists in league play this season for Alvarez. Just a goal behind Maru in the Golden Boot race. Curling ball caught by Levy. Ball rolled up the pitch. Baquero launches it over to Koulibaly. Sega Koulibaly ripping it out to the left-hand side, and it's an aimless attempt. Aquafina is the official water and hydration partner of the Charlotte Independents. When the game heats up, cool down with Aquafina. Gouffroy has a hit. It takes a deflection, and a goal back for Charlotte. A pinball goal for Matisse Gouffroy. Just gotta test your luck sometimes. Off the chest of Jordan Scarlett. And all he can do is look helplessly as Siaha was already committed to one direction. Can you imagine that one will end up going down in the books as an own goal? But the shot from the Frenchman, the instigator for Charlotte here. So a moment of reprieve here for Charlotte. The bell being run rather sheepishly, but it's a goal nonetheless. And I think, to be fair, for a team that has very seldom been shut out this season, it's a moment that, I guess, an embarrassment that they can avoid there of being shut out here in this matchup. As a matter of fact, this team has been shut out very few times this season. Only 2 teams have done it. One is the Spokane Velocity at Spokane, which is a tough place to play. We'll see how Colorado Springs does with that later. And then the other was against Charlotte FC of the MLS. So those are the only 2 teams that have been able to shut out the Jacks this season, as we get another goal scorer coming off. Obalola will go to the bench as Michi Ngalina will return to the pitch. Had a great goal against Brooklyn in the Prinx Tires USL Cup. It's his only goal of the season so far. Someone who has demonstrated a lot of electricity and prowess in the USL Championship in his 3 years competing. Maybe he'll try to demonstrate it here. Ngalina back up top, dummy through, and Jai. It's wide. Fans, get ready. Beginning September 12th, we're launching our brand new Kick It and Win It halftime competition. Want a chance to compete on the field? Just be at the match. We'll be selecting contestants live from the crowd. And you could be playing for incredible prizes like a big screen TV, a Blackstone grill, an Xbox, and much more. Don't miss your chance to step onto the pitch and kick it and win it at halftime. Saw a fun little inflatable horse race at halftime of this game, so even when the game is not happening, there is still competition on the pitch. That's another risky challenge from Koulibaly, and I think this yellow card is overdue. Had one in the first half that was overlooked, and he's gonna go into the books for that one. Just a couple of moments where he's left his feet from behind. That one you could argue maybe from an angle from behind, but regardless, it's a dangerous challenge.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has issued a yellow caution card.
So Koulibaly, who is making his first start since March 19th and one of just a couple appearances across the season, will get a yellow here. It was a mid-season edition last season for Portland Hearts of Pine. And the victim of that sliding challenge from Koulibaly still being tended to here. Talked a little bit about these matchups against USL Championship with Mike Jeffries, and mentioned that at this point in the season, even though the teams are more developed now. It's still deceiving what one game can determine about a side's quality in comparison to the USL Championship. He's very confident that his team can make it happen and get a victory against the USL Championship side. They have so far this year done it 3 times, knocking off the Battery in the Open Cup and then winning in penalties against both Pittsburgh and the Battery again. But that being said, he said it's much harder over a season to keep up with USL Championship teams. But this competition is great because you just get these high tension matches where you can get a win and a leg up on a team in the tier above you. It's an opportunity to prove ourselves, and there will be a challenge and a video review here for the challenge from Koulibaly, looking to see if it could get upgraded to a red card. Koulibaly obviously not going to like that, and they'll give it another look. So here's a peek at it again. Let's also take a look at how his boots are positioned. It is a challenge from behind. If it were my decision, well, I'm hesitating to call that a red card, though. That being said, this is not the first offense from Koulibaly in this game, but he wasn't booked for those previous offenses. So these are factors to consider. Doesn't seem to be any studs up contact there. It is a dangerous challenge from behind. The coaching staff for Hartford had a good while to look at the video, so they feel pretty good about the decision to challenge it here. Catalina Koroleva will wave it along, so there won't be a red card. And I think that's the correct decision. It's a reckless challenge. And then this pass going back to Siaha within the purview of Sway Boomeroo. But as I was saying, he doesn't even fully go through the player that he challenges on, and I just don't think there's enough there for that to be egregious violent conduct. Easily a yellow card, yes. But it would be a harsh, harsh red. So we will stay at 11v11 in a match that is very steadily in control by Hartford Athletic. 3 goals. Well, check that. 2 goals in the first half, 2 more here in the second. With 1 response since then by Charlotte, but ultimately just window dressing on what has been a dominant match for the reigning champs, who are another step closer to repeating. They just need 2 more wins to hoist yet another trophy, which again wasn't something Hartford was competing for before Brendan Burke came in and started turning the ship around. Brought his winning pedigree, and the culture for Hartford Athletic changed drastically. So a lot of kudos to what he's been able to do, but then once that starts, it then takes the rest of the organization to follow suit. You can see many teams that have good coaches and it still doesn't quite work out because you got to have that buy-in from everywhere. And this is a team and a club that really has bought into this competition in particular, as we are learning and seeing. I mean, Brendan Burke said it himself. He said, we have so much to play for, and this will mark our 5th knockout game in the last 12 months. Our club is growing so quickly right now. It's a fun place to be, the Kings of the North. A team to come out of the New England area. Of course, the group's regionalized. And it's more than just the New England area, it's sort of the Northeast that made up their group. Of course, including their rivals, Rhode Island. And they're looking good once again here, and although not as comfortable in league play at the moment, but this is the kind of game that can help catapult you in league play. Because these are their goal scoring tallies over, I mean, this is months you got to rewind back. 1 goal against Indy, shut out against Loudoun, shut out against Phoenix, shut out against Rhode Island, 2 goals against Westchester, 2 against Orange County, shut out twice again by Lou City and Pittsburgh, 1 goal against Tampa and a big win, admittedly. You have to go all the way back to June 6th when they scored 4 goals against the New York Cosmos, another League One team. Same scoreline that this one is at the moment. Gatorade is the official sports drink provider of the Charlotte Independents. After a long day on the field or at the gym, make sure to replenish those electrolytes with Gatorades, any flavored sport drinks. Or 1 your scoreline here, Hartford Athletic demonstrating their quality in this one on the road against Charlotte. Jaime stepping forward. He'll lay it off to the left-hand side. Ball played into the middle, parried towards goal. Gouffroy, who was the orchestrator of the first goal, trying to get a second here. That goal won't belong to him statistically, but spiritually, he will claim it. Jaime settles it down. Play it back to the left-hand side. He has it once more. Christopher Jaime. Jaime stepping forward. Lays it. Dimmick into the middle. It's a second goal for Charlotte. Rayoud Manin makes it 2 for the Jacks. Well worked from the home side. Clay Dimmick with the assist puts it on a platter. And Manin, a second goal in cup competition. Had the all-important goal in the matchup against the Greenville Triumph. That gave them all 3 points in that cup game, which then put them in position for the winner-takes-all game against the Charleston Battery. And now he's got another one here. So Gouffroy orchestrates the first goal, which ends up an own goal. And then his fellow Frenchman, Rayoud Manin, makes it a second one for the Jacks. It's a 2-goal game once again. Now, certainly still very good for Hartford, but you can never say never. Manin, in his first year as a pro, having played at Presbyterian College and St. Francis Brooklyn prior. 2 years, just 2 goals for the Blue Hose in that time. Gouffroy can't quite get his chest onto that one. All launched forward, tapped away by Riascos. On it. Koulibaly. This one settled down. Deflects over to Siaha. Certainly a little more tension now in the building for Hartford, whom were up 4 goals not too long ago. And still have a 2-goal lead here, but it's certainly not as comfy and as easy as it may have been prior thought. But Alki Williams jumps on that one, plays it to Engelina. Engelina wins a corner kick. So this will go over, and it'll be time they grind away here. After that seemed sort of irrelevant up to this point. Certainly a more respectable scoreline now for the Jacks than what you were looking at just about 15 minutes ago. It's played short. And Jai showing off some strength, but Jaime able to wrestle off the contact and play it up the pitch. And Galena on the ball once again. That cross had too much heat on it. Kept in bounds and a roll all the way back to Dispain. Maru was sniffing for the ball, but won't get there in time. So 4-2 your scoreline here in what has been a goal-friendly matchup. Williams scooping up the loose parts. Still 0-0 between Tampa Bay and Lou City. A game that looks like it's bound for penalty kicks at this point unless there's a late winner. Riascos to Manin. Koulibaly with the outside of his boot. Plays it to Jaime. Takes a lot of contact there for Engelina. Pretty much piggybacked him. Also, San Antonio and Miami have kicked off. About 15 minutes into that one. Charlotte hunting for another, though. Hefty collision. It'll be a throw-in for the Jacks. Corner kick incoming now as we hit stoppage time. Brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield North Carolina. And it's going to be a chunky amount of added time. 10 more minutes. So we are going to hit triple digits here in the Mecklenburg County Sportsplex. That's a lot of time to work with. And a corner kick for the Jacks here. That one knotted out easily by Fisher. Romero from the touchline. Trying to stretch it across the field. And a shirt tug from Jaime. Brennan Burke hopping for the call. Won't get it. And then a foul will be called. And Haji Pashales. Very intentional grab there from Christopher Jaime. Ref didn't call it, but now they're going to go give it a look because I mean, that's pretty clear right there. They're going to give it a look on the video review. And I mean, he's the last defender. I mean, that could be a straight red.
Hartford Athletic has requested.
So once again, this is another review from the Speedio video review system, which is being implemented here in the quarterfinals and moving forward here in the Prinx Tires USL Cup. They ran some successful tests in build up to this moment, giving the chance for there to be a tablet accessible to the fourth official and the center official to review and give coaches the chance to challenge. Catalina Koroleva, our head official. What will she choose to do? Play will go along. That one is maybe a little bit tougher to swallow if you're a Hartford Athletic fan than the first one. Sega Koulibaly getting a yellow card. They reviewed it to see if it was more violent conduct. Angelina rolling it forward. Romero sliding in to intervene. Up 2 goals. You hope it's not consequential if you're Hartford, but that one, I think there was a little bit more evidence to feel confident about. Gouffroy veering to his left. End up having to dribble through too many defenders. That one rolls out from the clutches of TJ Prestas, having been poked by Gouffroy last. Still have 7 more minutes, and we'll see if our head official also allots a little bit more time after that video review. Ball tossed in for Moreira. Their criteria is a clear and obvious error. I do think there was certainly some ground to stand on there that Jaime grabbed Augie Williams. But every different official is going to have a different bar for what is clear and obvious. And perhaps there's the argument that Augie Williams went down too easily there, and players are always going to swipe at each other a little bit in those moments. This also being a brand new thing for the USL, so it's gonna take some gauging as we get more matches and get this review system in for us to really get a good idea of what will and won't be called with these reviews. Free kick being offered here for Charlotte. Service drilled inside, skips right in front of goal. Siaha claims it. They're called once again for a review. You introduce a new element, and it's going to cause players, coaches, and fans to behave differently. Jaime running it forward. Deflected away. Haji Pashalis will slow it down before ball is lost. Romero gets clipped, and a booking will be coming here. Arturo Dizpay will go and collect his 3rd yellow card of the Prinx Tires USL Cup here in 2026. And now they will stop play because Mike Jeffries has challenged that previous interaction. It's not of this situation here, but of that close call in front of goal.
The referee will now review the match footage to determine if there was a clear and obvious error.
So here's a look. So surely the call there is a handball on Haji Pashalis. At least that's the call that Charlotte want. The response to that is it obvious that it went off of his arm in an unnatural position? My sense is that if the call from Jaime grabbing the shirt wasn't enough, I don't think this will be either.
Fans have to review. The referee has deemed that a clear and obvious error was not made.
So, play will carry on. We're going to get another substitution. Miles Lyons will sub into the game. And Christopher Jaime will have a hard-fought shift come to an end.
Number 8, Christopher Jaime. He's replaced by number 16.
Here's another free kick. It's nodded away instantaneously. And Augie Williams will try to get on his horse. Plays it back into the middle, but it's a loose touch. Lacking there as Koulibaly nods it forward. Here's Maru. Swabu Maru has a hit. It's deflected away. Advantage was played. Sega Koulibaly knocked over. Will it be another free kick for the Jacks? That's what it looks to be. It has been an eventful 10 minutes of added time. It'll be Romero on the free kick. Romero curling it in, nodded outward. Koulibaly taps it over to Manin. Rayun Manin has a hit, and it ends up being lackluster. Shop the Charlotte Independence latest collections at charlotteindependence.myshopify.com or by clicking the shop button at charlotteindependence.com. Well, we are almost to the 10 minutes added on, but we have not had 10 minutes of free play action here in stoppage time. As Charlotte Independence grasp at the faint idea of coming back into this game. Hartford Athletic just waiting for that final whistle at this point. 4 goals to start, and you think everything is said and done. 2 goals in response from Charlotte has given them even the slightest bit of hope. This one cut through. Entry denied pretty abruptly there. So we have hit triple digits, something you don't get to see too often in the sport, especially in regulation. Manin plays it forward, rolls over to the left-hand side. Ball fizzing through the middle. No one to claim it but Njai. He's unable to reach a teammate, but he at least gets it out of harm's way. Throne will be taken back here. Now it's all up to our head official, Katerina Koroleva, to decide when this one is over. Romero in the left channel. Plays it in centrally. And the clearance will be given. Levy playing it back into the mix. Ball still in bounds.
Hartford.
Once again, the winner of this game, we won't know till tomorrow after the knockout draw at 1 p.m. on the USL YouTube channel. 4 remaining teams will be randomly selected. And then for the final, once again, be randomly selected for who will host, as Galina takes it to the left channel. And Galina rolling it back. Williams feeds it into the middle and cleared away. Koulibaly playing it back in centrally. Gouffroy trying to lay it off, but it just got poked away from him. Final whistle sounds, and that'll do it here from Matthews, North Carolina. The title defense trudges on for Hartford Athletic. They go on the road and win 4-2 against the Charlotte Independents. At times dominant, and at times tentative, but Hartford Athletic, at the end of the day, notch in 4 goals, handle business, and are the first of the semifinalists to punch their way through, along with whoever comes out of the Tampa Bay Louisville game, which is in penalties right now, as we look at our man of the match presented by Aquafina. It's this man, Christopher Jaime, whom, of course, had 2 big moments in this game. This awkward situation where Alvarez goes down, but play goes on. Williams beats Levy, and at this point, the game is pretty much already won for Hartford, but Jaime had no thought of that. Still came back and made things happen, and then his run on the other side supplied the second goal, sort of the second assist on that play for Christopher Jaime. So a good shift from the youngster, playing over on the right-hand side. Subbed off late for Miles Lyons, but a lot to tip the cap to. With that in mind, we're going to step aside. When we come back, we will have the post-game thoughts here on ESPN+. 4-2, your final score. Hartford Athletic victorious.
When it comes to delivering high-quality, affordable health care, relationships matter. And after 90 years, Blue Cross North Carolina is proud of the relationships we've built with you. We're 5,000 neighbors, friends, and family committed to improving the health and well-being of everyone across this state. We're here for you, all of you.
Charlotte, it's time to rally behind your home team, your Charlotte Independents. Get your tickets now and join us for Novant Health and Wellness Night as your Charlotte Independents take on the Sarasota Paradise at American Legion Memorial Stadium Saturday, August 15th. Get an exclusive Novant Health yoga mat when doors open while supplies last. Purchase a game day ticket combo with a morning yoga session plus a mat for just $25. Don't miss your chance to be part of the action. For county, for country, ride with us. Get your tickets now at charlotteindependents.com.
Well, folks, it's only 8 a.m. and it's going to be another hot one. Today's high is 85 degrees with lows ranging in the upper 50s. Tomorrow's more of the same, plus some light wind coming in from the northeast. Coming up at 8:30, Paul's got an exclusive
Babe, it's 8 a.m.
Fried chicken, better with Pepsi.
We welcome you back here to Matthews, North Carolina, just outside of Charlotte, where we see the Jacks run in, but the reigning champs continue their title defense into the semifinals. 4-2, Hartford Athletic knocking off the USL League One side Charlotte Independents. Mark Schuster with you here one last time on ESPN+, as we get a look at the full-time highlights, and boy, do we have quite a few highlights to dig into here. It has been lit in Charlotte for a hot minute for this Jacks team, having gotten the better of 2 championship teams in this competition in penalty kick shootouts. But today, in the full-time highlights brought to you by Novant Health, Hartford Athletic not even going to let it get to that point. 2 great goals in the first half. The first well created, the second well punished. Just a bad giveaway. And Sadat Anaku in about 40 minutes time, scores 2 goals. It gets subbed out before the half even concludes. Talk about an efficient shift. And then in the second half, the good fortune, the good work keeps on coming for Hartford. Samadia, the cross bosses, they dubbed him last season. Well, he's a boss at crossing it here. Plays it in. Ovalola gets the job done to make it 3-0. And then they would find another. Augie Williams gets back onto the score sheet after finding the assist on the opening goal in this game. And at that point, you're thinking, well, this one is very much over. It's been over. Then there's a little glimmer here for the Charlotte Independents. Gouffroy, lucky deflection off of Scarlett, makes it 1-0. And they're just going to take that momentum and run with it, Charlotte, trying to continue to ask questions. And they would find a second goal here thanks to the effort of Christopher Jaime. Surrounded by 4 defenders, gets it off. Well-placed pass from Dimmick, and it's put away by Monin to make it 4-2. And then there will be a lot of drama and added time, a lot of reviews, but it would stay this scoreline 4-2. Hartford Athletic moving on to the semifinals, which will take place on Wednesday, September 9th. That's pretty much where this one ends. Hartford Athletic, the first team to move on. Right now, Lou City and Tampa Bay in a penalty kick shootout. Does look like Lou City has the edge, but they're still moving on there. And that's not even the team guaranteed that Hartford would play, because there will be the draw at 1 p.m. tomorrow on the USL YouTube channel. So be sure to check in on that. Jordan Listro and Dan Lucas will be the ones who will be hosting that one. There's also still games happening tonight. San Antonio and Miami, and then the late night game between Spokane and Colorado Springs, which is the other League One match. I'll see if they can be the one League One team to make it to the semifinals. Charlotte couldn't do it. The reigning champs stay alive. That is where this show will end. For our entire broadcasting crew, I'm Mark Schoenster. We appreciate you tuning in. We hope you have a fantastic night, and we will see you next time. 4-2, your final score in Matthews, North Carolina.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.